are underway in Buffalo. Fielded just outside the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football.
I'm going to show you, man.
And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Bills nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Swan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Across midfield.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
They give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Fletcher Cox.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Gain on the play.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. Going for Boykin, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
They'll take over.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a handoff looking right. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. From the gun, Jackson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert.
First down, Texans.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Texans 7, Bills nothing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
The tackle made.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Texans 14, Bills nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox.
Complete.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
2nd and inches at at the Texans' 49-yard line.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Finding Knox there, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Flush to his right. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have cut it to within a score.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Jackson took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The Bills take over.
Well, it's a cold night. And whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Gary Jennings, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up. The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I thought we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
11 yards there, 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Jackson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
And it's third down.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 26-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorites.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
10 at the 36-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain down to about the 33.
He's taken down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have taken the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go. And the try for 2 is denied. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now they try the right side here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
Joey Slide.
And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And this will be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Cooks flashing the footwork. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
6 at the 38-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down.
The Texans first down.
Let's go. First down, you got crack. You got crack. You got crack.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to work. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
At the 8-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing is Jackson. And now and he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
On the keeper.
An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled. And wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Slide for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Texans 28, Bills 18.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 25-yard line.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ito Smith that time, and it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to Smith. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Looking deep for Jennings. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
18.
Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
To Scotty Miller.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Houston.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
18 on the play. And the Texans first down.
They're going to try and run this with Miller. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 17, Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. And did he break the plan? Yes, he did. Touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
The kick is good.
And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Texans 35, Bills 18.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Eluding the pressure right. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. 53 yards.
25-yard line.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. It's a foot race. The 40, 20, 10.
There it is.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24.
18.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bills take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
11 yards there, 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dawson Knox with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills get a bit closer.
The Bills.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
That's complete, Okuebuna. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
27 on the play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Scotty.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Albert O. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
It's just me and you.
To throw again is Jackson. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And it's incomplete. Still time left, though. 2 seconds remaining now in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Tonight's final score, Texans 48.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them.